well yourself?
Yeah, good man. Excited to do my last show for the season.
So last session for the time being, is there anything in particular you need to address today?
Much just continue what we've been doing. Wouldn't mind playing around with some of the bodybuilding poses as well, just for fun.
Okay, we could do that. Anything your coach doesn't like posing wise at this point?
It's still that back double, just trying to get like the ham glute adductor balance.
Does he like it with the adductors at all, or does he prefer just the look of the glutes?
Well, he likes it with the adductor, but the problem is, like when I try to get the adductor on, I lose the glute detail.
I have another athlete going through the same issue right now. Let me think of what worked. I think it was a weight distribution thing. Well, we'll look at that still. We'll probably start there, spend a little bit of time on that. And then other than that, we'll look over other poses, bodybuilding ones, and so forth. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's start with that one. Go ahead and hold that here. All right, relax. Looks like you're struggling with the hamstrings today. Is that a true statement? That you can't connect with them right now? Or does it look like they're active fully?
I'll probably try again. It's just...
Maybe try again real quick. It didn't look like they were fully set. There we go, it was a little bit better. All right, relax. I'm gonna have you try to put all your weight on the outer pinky toe now, okay? And that should help you keep the knees out. And when you do that, you're pulling the floor together with the pinkies, the pinky area. Yeah. All right, let's see how that looks on the fullness and condition. Okay, pull together harder. That's it right there. Better. Relax. Do you feel more connection or not really?
I think so.
That's good. All right. It looked a little bit better, a little more conditioned now. Looked a little fuller. Give that another go. When you're putting the weight in the pinkies, you're almost thinking about creating like arches in the foot. All right, so that's what you can kind of think of.
Yeah.
Good. Squeeze together. Right. Yep. Right there. Go ahead and hold that tension. 3 seconds. 1, 2, and 3. Relax. All right, take a pause. Okay. All right, hold that. Weight on the pinky toes and pull in more. There it is. Hold. Okay, relax. All right. It's definitely a nicer look on the upper body, so that's good. Condition-wise on the glutes is pretty comparable to how you were kind of doing it before here. Let me see. Maybe what I'm gonna have you do, because it looks like, you know what? Your glutes are definitely not as hard as they could be. What are you doing differently here? Maybe when we set up the pose, we kind of do like hip abduction a little bit harder from the get-go and we hold that. So kind of like what I'm going to have you do is like, can you see me?
Yeah.
So we get the leg position. I'm going to have you, when you screw your knees out to the pinkies, make sure your glutes feel hard and flat fully at the sides, right? So you're really invoking that abduction sensation, and then you're going to squeeze inward as you are abducted, all right? Then from here, do everything the same. Cool. All right. So that sometimes a physical touch helps.
Yeah.
Yep. Hard and flat. Perfect. Good. And hold that tension across the board. Good. Keep it squeezed in. And relax. Let me see that now. That got distracted. Right here. Okay. Yeah. I think that's helpful for you.
Yeah.
I don't think we should really try too much more with this, to be honest, though.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get yourself confused, and I think you're going to mess things up, okay? So what I would like for you is start getting weight more on pinky toes, getting more of that abduction on the glute activation from that initial get-go, and then slightly drawing hips forward, all right?
Yeah.
Let's do all that together. I want 2 reps, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
All right. All right, good. Good. Squeeze in and hold. 3 seconds. 1, 2, and 3. Relax. Okay. Try just a hint more tuck out of that hip position. Just a hint. All right. That's it. Okay. All right. Hold it. And relax. Yeah, I mean, that slight hint of tuck was helpful. Okay, I mean, you're getting really nitpicky now. But yeah, if you want to have that slight extra detail on the glutes, while still having some level of adductor present, that little subtle tuck that we did just now is what we need. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me collect my thoughts for one moment. So I like weight on pinky toes, initially abduct, and so very subtle extra tuck. Subtle tuck. Basically, you can also think of it as slightly less anterior tuck. All right. All right. Since I did add that, I do want it one more time, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Okay. Right there. Chest a little higher. Don't you move an inch. Beautiful. And relax. Okay. Let's cap it there. All right. Let's do. So okay. Do you need me to look at any other classic mandatories first, or you want to go straight into bodybuilding poses? What are your thoughts?
Let's get into bodybuilding poses.
Sure. All right, let's see that one. Okay. There's really going to be that midsection control in this shot. All right, that's it. What I'm going to have you try before you actually rotate into the pose is setting the core basically to catch that tension first and then pull into the shoulder. So how you'll set this is it'll be stance, you'll lock out tricep, blow out the air and get core first, and then you'll just twist into it. All right. So that should capture that tension earlier. Excellent. Oh, just got to work the balance, but that was definitely better. Don't you move an inch now. And relax. Awesome. I like that too, because with that setup, you're kind of showing glute condition first as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it gives them a little preview of that, and then you rotate into it. So it's a double benefit. Let me write that down. So we said core and lock tricep first, rotate it away from judges, then just rotate into it. All right, one more rep, and then I think that's really all I would change here. Core. All right, and hold. Beautiful, and relax. Cool, that's good here. Let's see, what do we have next? Back last rep,
Yeah.
right? All right, let's see that. All right, hold that. And relax. What I want to try with you here, so mobility, oh shoot, it's going to be mobility dependent, but we'll hopefully be able to do this. So after you do this, and I want you to lift your chest up, and as you do that, really squeeze into the pecs, almost like you're doing like an upward fly with like cables or something, as you drive your chest tall, right? So I just want that a little bit harder in that position. See if I get some pop and extra width out of it. Okay, so let me see how that goes. If it forces you into scapular retraction, we may not do that, but let's see how it is. Good. Chest up a little more as you squeeze harder. Yes. And relax. Let me see that. If it will ever load. Give me 1 second. So that does give you extra width. Doesn't seem to take away anything. So I do like that. All right. One thing you can do a little more of now is see if you can push your right shoulder up slightly in the pose.
Yeah.
Just as there's a little bit of an imbalance there and you're losing some width on that side. All right, so try that. More shoulders and elbows forward with chest up. And then at the end, push the right shoulder a little higher. Let's see that next. Right shoulder up, hold it. Chest up slightly and don't move. Beautiful. Yeah, we do need to get that right shoulder up as you did there. So that was good. All right. One more time and we'll move on. Last one. That's all I would do, but the last one. Okay. Hold. Beautiful. Relax. Cool. Show me now. Where are we? I guess most muscular. But do you have more than one variation that I haven't seen before? I've seen this one, no? That one's fine. Do you have another variation that I need to look at? Or we got a little Kevin Levrone version. You ever try any other variations, like fingers together like this? Out of curiosity? That. What about hands on hip? You ever try hands on hip? I don't like that one. Don't do that one, but okay, let me see these. All good, everyone will have a unique variation, so it's all good. I like the original one you showed me with the one hand on the wrist. That gets rid of all your gaps. What we could do a bit more of is a little bit more squeeze out of the chest when you do that.
Yeah.
Try to avoid though, because some athletes will start like rounding their shoulder blades forward too much and they'll lose width. So still try to kind of keep your lats flared a little in the pose, but do squeeze a bit harder onto that wrist to get the pecs a little tighter. Let's see that next. Yes, good. And relax. I'm going to show you another method I like, just to see if I can get a little more width out of this. This one will require a demo, so I'm going to show you. Give me 1 second. Right up. Can you see my arms and shoulders at least?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you set this pose, instead of just going straight into it, what I want you to do is almost imagine like you're putting on a t-shirt and you're like adjusting the collar of the sleeves like that.
Yeah.
So you're initially going to externally rotate your shoulders in front, with arms in front of your body. And then you're going to kind of flare your lats as you slide your biceps. Yeah, just like that. So you're sliding the biceps against the lat, and then you grab in, and then you squeeze a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, let's try that. Nice. I like that. That's cool. Relax. That's it. Do you want to hit it again, or do you feel okay with that? Up to you.
I feel okay with that.
All right, cool. Give me 1 second. So you said put on a t-shirt, slight more chest squeeze, or yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. Okay. All right. Any other mandatory poses I need to review before we look at your 60-second presentation?
Nah. I wouldn't mind just doing like a posing round.
Sure, we can do that. All right, let's do a posing round. We'll do that for, yeah, let's do that. That's fine. If I note anything, I'll call it out quickly, but we're not going to do any crazy changes at this stage. I don't think that'll be beneficial. Start with front relax when you're ready. All right, quarter turn to your right. That's fine, yeah. Quarter turn to your right. Okay. There it is. That's it. Quarter turn to your right. Better core control, good. Face front. Front double biceps. All right, relax. Side chest. Do that transition again. I want that stomach a little tighter there. Either or block it, one of the two, whichever one. But I want that a little bit better. Reset. Better. Nice. All right, face the rear. Back double biceps. Again, stomach. Reset that transition. Right there, right when you release the hand, float. Right? So either block it or just have enough foresight to tighten it as you're doing that. All right? Okay. Better. I think blowing out the air is helpful. Good. And then transition. Good. Hold it and don't move. Wrist back 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Relax and face the front. Abdominals and thigh. Relax. Favorite classic pose? Nice, that's fine. Keep going. Good. Hold it. I think you should not, when you hit the teacup, completely reset the pose. Don't keep the hand on the waist, because I think in the process of transitioning, it starts to slip forward or something like that. I believe it didn't look like when you hit the teacup as a standalone, it looks better than when you transition into it. So just kind of do like a full reset. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for example, boom, right, just a quick reset, or you can even go hand behind the back again, and then you can go into T-cup. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, so.
Right? Okay.
So we're here.
Yep. Quick reset, yep, and then reset that position on the fist. That's what I want to see. Okay, relax. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that because like when you keep it there the whole time, you're probably gonna let the wrist slip a little, and it messes that up. So that's what I'd recommend. I'll write that down. Cool. All right. Do you need me to look at your 60-second routine before I leave, or do you feel confident with that?
May as well if you got the time.
Sure. Yeah, I have the time. Let me get that timer out. Second. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and begin. Ten seconds. Nice. All right, relax. Cool. All right, overall, good. Just some small things with the core control.
Yeah.
I think on the ab and thigh poses, just drive your belly button in a little harder there. I think when you went into the most muscular during this portion, you stuck your gut out a little bit, right? So just kind of work on hiding that a little bit more. Minor things, but probably stuff that you already know to work on. You know what I mean? So just core control. Okay. And that's pretty much, I think, all I have for you today, unless you can best of luck at this show.
No worries, man. Thanks so much for everything.
Yes, sir, Paul.
Cool.
All right. Best of luck. I wish you the best. Please let me know how everything goes, okay?
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much.
All right. See you, Paulie.
See
Bye.
ya.